In today's video, we're answering the question, what is the difference between the Arizona Revised Statutes and the Scottsdale City Code? These are two different bodies of law. The Arizona Revised Statutes, or ARS, are codified on a statewide level. They're Arizona laws. They're passed by our politicians and by our voters throughout the state of Arizona, and they apply to everybody all throughout the state. The Scottsdale City Code, by contrast, is passed by the City of Scottsdale. It's by Scottsdale voters, by Scottsdale politicians. It's codified by the Scottsdale City Council, and so it's a different subset of laws. Now, technically, they both have criminal components, and they both have to follow the same sentencing structure and the same criminal structure afforded under the Arizona Constitution and passed by our Arizona State Legislature. So Scottsdale can't technically supersede Arizona law, meaning they can't go say and invalidate Arizona law, but they can add to it. They can say, well, we don't think that the Arizona laws go far enough, and we're going to pass laws that we think are in Scottsdale's interests. And that's what they've done. So they both have misdemeanor violations. Now, the City of Scottsdale, if you're charged under the City of Scottsdale City Code, it's going to be a misdemeanor if it's a criminal case that we're talking about. Otherwise, that's going to get passed off to the Arizona statute if it's a felony or something much more serious. So when we're talking about misdemeanors, what Scottsdale did is they said there are some things that we want to regulate, that we want to criminalize, that we don't see codified or penalized under the Arizona law. So they went and passed their own. And they've done that for a couple different things. We see this happen a lot for urinating in public cases. We see this a lot for reckless scootering. They've also codified it so that you can get a DUI on one of the scooters. So Scottsdale has sort of taken action on these different components where Arizona just hasn't gotten around to it yet. Scottsdale can move a little bit faster because it's smaller than the entire state of Arizona. And what we see is city codes will do this. Different cities will police themselves, and they'll pass laws that are a little bit more specific to what they're trying to govern in their own cities. So you can see here on the board, we wrote some Scottsdale City Code violations are harsher, and they don't exist in the ARS. And things like there's urinating in public, like I said, are the big ones that Scottsdale leans into, but the reckless scootering or the scooter DUI, we just don't see that in the Arizona law, but we do see it in Scottsdale. So they're both criminal. They'll both show up on background checks. City of Scottsdale will report this stuff over to the Department of Public Safety, and they will treat it just like a regular misdemeanor would be under the Arizona law. So sometimes people will say, well, isn't it better if I get charged with an SCC code, a Scottsdale City Court code? There's some yes and some no. In some situations, when we're talking about traffic offenses, what we've done in other cases is if we can take it from the ARS code into the Scottsdale City Code, then the Arizona Motor Vehicle Department, the Arizona MVD, will not recognize the individual city codes if it's a traffic offense, which is a good thing because then you're not getting the points assessed. It's not going on your motor vehicle record. It makes sense. The Arizona Motor Vehicle Department will take and consider Arizona state statutes, but they're not going to monitor and measure all the many different various city codes as they exist throughout the state of Arizona. So if you're talking about a traffic offense and you can amend it from an ARS code to a city code, that may save you some benefits with the MVD, meaning it will not get reported. The MVD won't take that and accept it and interpret it. But when it comes to criminal violations that are not traffic related, they're really the same thing, and there's just different codes, and there's different ways that we can go about it. There's different parties get paid as a disposition of the case. Scottsdale may make more money on certain situations. So it just depends on what your specific situation is. But if you're kind of under the impression, or if you've read on the internet that the SCC is way better than the ARS, it may be, it may not be, probably not. If it's a criminal charge, they're really going to be treated as the same way. They're going to both be considered misdemeanors. They're both going to be reportable to the Arizona Department of Public Safety. It's just a matter of how they are written in the law. But if you or somebody you know or love is facing a situation like this, if you're facing a Scottsdale City Code violation or any city code violation or any ARS violation for that matter, give our office a call. We offer free case evaluations. We'll have you come in, we'll sit down, we'll review the facts of your case, see how we can help. It's a free case evaluation, so you literally have nothing to lose. We look forward to speaking with you soon, and thanks for watching.